Morning. I can't believe this.
All right, good morning, everybody. We should be live on social media right now. I'm going to be checking the networks right now. We're live on two different YouTube channels. So when we start this, I like to make sure that we are live on both channels, which it looks like so far. We are live on one. Let me check two. Might check 1, 2. Here we go. Let's see. All right, we should be live on both now. Not yet on the second one. Give us a second. We'll be live any second now. And there it is. We're live on both channels, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to another Monday Kickoff. I got Kathy with me today. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, David. How are you?
Oh man, I wish I could tell you that I'm great, but I am working on being great. I have been traveling a lot and
I
last
saw.
week in Las Vegas. And it was a very quick trip because it was for a mastermind. I wish I could tell you that I was there to party and have fun and play blackjack and all this stuff.
You guys looked amazing, though.
Listen, I got one round of roulette in, and that was it. And then I went to bed. But as soon as I landed, woke up the next day at like 3 o'clock in the morning, sore throat. So you guys are going to hear it in my throat a little bit. Been sick all weekend. And tonight I'm in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm down in the vitamin C, taking care of myself. Thought about going to the gym, but sometimes, when you go to the gym, it kind of like reduces your immune system a little bit. You feel a little worse. This whole theory of go sweat it out. Sorry, I don't believe in that. I believe in rest it out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Food for the soul, food for the cold, right? So
thank you for being here.
Hey, listen. I am if I am anything, I am committed. So there it is.
Yeah.
So we are I picked out some stuff that I want to talk about this morning, and let's just run through it because we got 15 minutes with our folks. First of all, if you've logged in, good morning to you guys. Comment on YouTube. Let us know where you're from. Let us know who you are. Also, if you're on YouTube right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can know when we're coming up and we're going live, right? That makes a whole ton of sense. And connect with us. Connect with us at a high level. So guys, listen, first of all, Monday mornings, why do we do Monday morning kickoffs? Monday morning kickoffs are designed. Okay. What's up, Jen A? How are you?
Jen.
All right. So Monday mornings kickoffs are designed to help you curve the mentality of Monday morning, right? Everybody always hates Monday morning. We no longer hate Monday morning. We're going to make Monday mornings amazing. Okay. We're going to be great about Monday mornings. We're going to have fun with them. And we're going to come here. We're going to motivate each other because, believe it or not, just as much as I am here to help you kick off Monday morning and be motivated, Kathy, you can agree with me. This helps us too.
Yes, 100%.
Right? This helps us too. If we get up to motivate you guys, we get motivated. And then when we finish this call, we're completely stoked and ready to rock and roll, right?
This is right. Very necessary.
Awesome. All right, so check it out. I wrote down this thing, eight things to remember to succeed this week and in business completely. Okay. So eight things we're going to talk about this morning, and we're going to roll through them because, like I said, we only keep you guys for about 15 minutes. But these 8 things I think are important to success. Actually, I'm going to implement some of these things in my presentation that I do for Freedom Day, which, by the way, we're going to be in San Antonio, Texas this Thursday, the 10th.
Cool.
For Freedom Day. We're going to be in San Diego, California, November 6th. And we're planning New York City in December, ladies and gentlemen. So pay attention. And if we're coming to your town, I would love to see you there at our Freedom Day events. All right. So hard work. Number one is hard work, right? We often, oh, this guy's lucky. Oh, that girl's lucky. Look what they got. Look what they did. Look what they did. This and that. And we're so many people focus on others instead of focusing on themselves. And a lot of people don't realize that it is more than luck. It is hard work that gets you to the position you're there. You agree, Kathy?
I agree 100%.
All right. Awesome. Now let's go. Maybe you could pitch in on this one right here. Number two, patience. Right?
Yeah,
Patience is the
that's a
key.
good one.
Right. So I wrote down next to patience, if you lose patience, you lose the battle.
Oh my God, that's such a good one, David. Because I think, and so much goes into that as well, because everything going on in our heads all the time. And we start a deal and we want to finish it. We want to see it through. We want it to close right away. And sometimes it could take months,
Yes.
not weeks,
And
months.
the interesting thing you just said, when we start a deal, you immediately associated patience to a deal. But patience comes in a lot of different places in business, right? But I love that you associated it to a deal, because we want deals to run smoothly and
Yeah.
effectively and get to the closing table, right? Sometimes they don't. And so here's what happens. Here's what number one mistake I see a lot of agents make when they're in a deal and it's not running as smooth as they want. They lose patience. You ready for the number one mistake agents make? They take it personal.
Yeah.
As if they are the ones buying the house. Right. And oftentimes I find agents answering for their clients without even discussing for their clients,
Oh,
arguing on the phone, hysterical. Right. And
yeah.
guys, this is like, you can't take this personal. Okay. You cannot take this personal. This is business. Right. And somebody has entrusted you to be the cool head in the room. Right. Okay. Number three, sacrifice. And this is what I wrote next to sacrifice. You ready? If you don't sacrifice for what you want will be sacrificed.
Okay.
Right. And I talk about this often because I believe that we're going to sacrifice something for success.
Absolutely.
Right. And the number one thing I try to get people not to sacrifice is themselves. Right. Because you can take care of yourself and take care of others. Right. But you will sacrifice something. Something will be sacrificed. Family life, baseball games, movie theaters, personal time,
Yep.
time with your kids, time with your spouse, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
If you go hard on success, things will be sacrificed.
Correct. Friends, family, time, we have to all put in the time. And yes, you will sacrifice things, but at the end of the day, it's all for a purpose. And that purpose is going to allow you more time with your family, with your friends in the future.
And I believe those sacrifices are warranted if you're going after what you truly want and
Correct.
desire in life.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Next one, number 4, consistency. Consistency transforms average into extraordinary. Right?
Yes.
I mean, good God, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to do anything this week, be consistent on your money-making activities. The things that make you money, do it every single day. The things that pump money into your bank account, do them every single day. Right? This is it, man. This is your moment. I love doing this Monday morning kickoff, because if whatever you messed up last week and you're still bummed about, right, chip that off your shoulders.
Absolutely.
And go to work today.
That's right. You get up, you do it again. You figure out what went wrong, or you don't figure it out. You still do it again, and you still keep doing it. And don't lose, even if you lose motivation. I would say don't lose motivation. No, sometimes we lose motivation. We're human, right? So that's just something, your motivation, what we think, what's going on in our heads. We really can't control that at times, but what you can control is how you act after you feel that way. So you can feel that way, but stay consistent and do it again.
Awesome. I love that, Kathy. All right. So next one, discipline. Discipline makes you strong, right? So now here we go. Here's the difference between discipline and consistency. Okay. You guys ready for this? Consistency is doing the money-making activities on a daily basis to find results and hit goals. The discipline is sitting down and doing the activity. Right? There's a big difference. Okay. There's a difference. You have to have the massive discipline to take you to the table, to the office, to the computer, to the phone, to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, and then have consistency in it. Discipline is one of the most important things you can have in life, in business, with family, with your kids. Like here we are. We are teaching our kids discipline. We're disciplining our children. We're trying to show them the right way. We're trying to raise them to be great adults. And then we go and we don't have discipline in our businesses. We don't have discipline in our own lives, right? And they don't see it because they don't understand it. But you're an example for life.
Absolutely. We are.
And one day they'll recognize it, right, Kathy?
Absolutely. And I would say along the lines of actually sitting yourself down to do things, which, can be challenging, right? To all of us all of the time. It is something I heard and it really like stuck with me is think of the phrase where you say, I don't have to do it, it's I get to do it.
Yes,
So
I love that.
The fact that you get to exercise, that you get to even sit down on a computer, the fact that you get to have a computer, that we have light, that we have a roof over our heads, let the smallest, simplest things motivate you. Go down as far as you can in your most humble self and let that motivate you. Because let me tell you, if you really start thinking about it like that, the fact that you get to get up every morning, that in itself should be motivation enough for you to sit down and do a little bit of work every day.
I love it. Love it. All right, here we go. Next one, self-confidence. Self-confidence. Knowing that there will be people out there that do not like you and you being okay with it. Whoa, yeah. Right? Think about that for a minute. Listen, you can always tell, and everybody can tell, when somebody has the absolute most extreme self-confidence. You can tell. Especially when it's not fake, right? And they walk into a room, this person with the ultimate self-confidence that truly believes in themselves and doesn't give a hoot about what anybody else in the room thinks about them. And they walk into a room, it's like the whole room turns for a second and looks at them.
Absolutely. This is true. Yes.
And when they walk into that room, what will the haters say? Number one thing, look at this cocky bastard. Right?
Yeah.
Right? They mistake confidence for cockiness, right? This person believes in themselves, and there are people in the room mad at them for believing in themselves. You do the math on that, right? Correct. And I know you know what I'm saying. I know you've seen this person walk in the room.
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. And I would say for those people who, don't have confidence or are lacking it or feel a little bit, not everybody's born that way. Not everybody is taught that way or trained that way through life, right? To have confidence and people struggle with it and they wish they had it sometimes and they don't. But my daughter's coach sent something to her really important actually this past week. And it was about that, about confidence and what builds confidence. And I'll tell you what, it makes total sense, when they say that what builds confidence is when you can actually confide in yourself. In other words, what you say you're going to do, you do it. When people are not watching, because you know what you're doing. If you can pretend and you go show up in a room and you pretend that you have it all together, but once you leave that room, you don't do your things, you don't make those phone calls, or you don't send the emails, or you don't do what you have to do, little by little, that chips away at your self-confidence. Because that is what creates self-confidence. Not when people can believe who you portray to be, but when you can really believe in yourself, when nobody's watching.
Listen, I love that you said this because you and I have been on this planet long enough to see somebody go from nothing to something. We know who they are, right? And when they were nothing, when they had no success and no money and no nice cars and no living space, and they were just coming up and they were putting in the work, they had a very different persona publicly than they did when they hit the success markers, right?
Right.
And these same people, they're pushing for the next success marker and the next success marker, and you're seeing them do it, right? And so there's no better, like Kathy just said, no better way to build your self-confidence than through success. And success doesn't mean that you have to set a goal to be a multimillionaire with a Lamborghini and a mansion and a boat, and that is success for you. And you can't have self-confidence until you get that. No, it's the successes that you have every single day. It's every single win. So here's a tip for you guys. Buy yourself a journal. And for the guys that are listening in, yes, a journal, okay? Because I know men do not like to journal, okay? But I'm not going to ask you to journal. You can do whatever you want with it, but here's the one thing I do want you to do with it. Write down 5 to 10 things that were wins every single day. right before you go to bed, right before you close your eyes, right before you lay down and start thinking about all the madness of the day and you pass out, thinking about the craziness of the day, I want you to cool your brain and cool your mind and write down 5 to 10 things that were wins. Every win, okay? Every win, every single one. I want you to write that down. You made your spouse happy with some flowers today, write them down. That's a win. You made your bed cool. That's a win. You went to the gym today. That's a win. You made your phone calls. That's a win. You were able to book an appointment today. That's your win, right? You had an appointment today. Whether you won or lost the bid, that's your win.
Correct.
Right? Those are all wins. And trust me when I tell you, over time, if you do not focus, and we'll talk about focus in a little bit, if you do not focus on the obstacles, you will focus on the wins. And that will build tremendous, tremendous self-confidence. Okay, running out of time here. Next one is the seventh one, positive attitude. Now, positive attitude may not always fix everything, but it will let the naysayers know that you don't care. And that falls right into that self-confidence mode, right? Having a positive attitude helps you personally, internally. It won't fix everything.
No.
But when you have a positive attitude, no one can tell you anything different.
No. And you also have positive energy. With positive attitude is, even when things are going wrong, especially when things are not going your way, fight through that as much as you can and try to have a positive attitude and tell yourself to be positive, because guess what? At the end of the day, it may or may not work out, whatever it is. But I really do believe that the more positive you are, the more positive energy you're going to be bringing, and the more likely you are that things are going to go the way that you want when you're positive.
Right. That's right. All right. So last one, focus. We say focus on the goals and keep your eyes on the goals, not the obstacles. Right. And so human nature, and we talk about human nature a lot. We talk about the way our mind works. The mind, the brain, is a defense mechanism. Right. The brain is designed to protect the body. I want you guys to think about this for a minute. The brain is given to us by God to protect the body. The brain is the thinker, the body's the doer, right? And because the brain is designed to protect the body, the brain is always in defense mode. It's always ready to fight. So what does the brain focus on automatically? The obstacles. Because the obstacles are the negative. And the brain goes, hey, there's a negative over there. Avoid it, punch it, kick it, do whatever you got to do, but get rid of that negative, right? But we have to, as human beings, retrain our brains to do what the top 1% in the world do. And they focus on the goals.
Yes.
They don't focus on the obstacles. They focus on the goals. When they want to win, they go after that win. No matter what happens in life, they go after the win. You're on a path and you want that house, and you're working towards that house, and you're working because you want to put your family in that house. No matter what happens, no matter what gets thrown at you, someone passes away, someone does this, someone does that, they talk bad about you on social media, a deal falls through, a deal comes back, whatever happens, it's gonna happen. You know why? Because you're alive and life happens.
Yeah.
It's not all perfect.
Absolutely.
And if you could just stay focused on the goal, you will hit your goals and you will win no matter what gets thrown at you, right? No matter what gets thrown at you. So focus is a very important part of this, and being massively, ultimately focused on what you want and what you desire in life. Okay, guys. Now, I know we ran to almost that 20-minute mark, but I do want to thank Kathy for joining me this morning. Once again, I really appreciate you, Kathy. Always
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. A couple announcements. Put a couple websites up here. Join our academy. It's the freedomachieveracademy.com. It's $47 a month. But there are over 300 training and coaching videos in there. Equates to almost 7 hours of training. You could do it in self-paced, as quickly as you want, as slow as you want. What I will tell you is that every quarter we'll be adding a new course in there. The next courses that are coming up are working with buyers in today's market. After that, we're going to do a luxury course in the system. So you're gonna be able to see some amazing stuff happening in there. Additionally, come see me live. We talked about it in the beginning, but if you go to itsafreedomday.com, you can register for San Antonio and San Diego today. And then for New York, you can put yourself on a waiting list and we'll keep you posted on what's going on. Special shout outs to Brown's Home Legacy for jumping in from Carrollton, Virginia. We've got Jen A from Miami. We've got Teresa Sells Global in here. We've got Erica Torres out of San Antonio. Thank you. We got the Villa Marin Group. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. And every single Monday morning, you can join us and register if this is the first time you're watching this at freedommondaykickoff.com. Just register there and we'll let you know when we come up live. Thanks, Kathy, for joining me once again.
Thank you, David.
All right, guys. See y'all soon. Enjoy this week.
Stay safe.
Yes, before we bounce out, thank you, Kathy, for saying that. Before we bounce out, Florida has another hurricane hitting the same exact areas that were hit just previously, a couple weeks ago or something like that, or a week ago. Dude, guys, stay safe. You're in our prayers. There are collections happening all over the state and more. So just know that we're thinking about you guys. We're praying for you. We don't know which direction it's going to go. It's so widespread from Miami all the way up north. Yeah. So it could hit Miami. It could hit Tampa. It could hit the Gulf Coast. All we know, it's coming from the coast. And we care about you guys. It's strong. We care about you guys. We love you guys. This would be probably the strongest hurricane to hit us in 20 years. And please, for the love of God, evacuate. Everything that's in your house is material goods that can be obtained again, but your life cannot be retained. So run as fast as you can. Get the hell out of there. Go visit somebody in Colorado for a week, ladies and gentlemen. Lock down the house and get out. All right. See you guys soon. Thank you, Kathy.
Bye. Bye, David.